Today's video is brought to you by Wonder. You guys will know that the mighty Morphin Green Ranger is my favourite Power Ranger ever. That's no secret. The channel is named the 6th Ranger and my logo is me as the Green Ranger. It says it all. So with that being said, it's super surprising that I have never made a top 10 Green Ranger moments video. So it had to be done. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get into it. Number 10, Tommy vs GOLDAR. We'll kick things off with one that doesn't even have Tommy as the morphed Green Ranger, though as he is technically the Green Ranger at this moment, we'll count it. Here, GOLDAR tries to get Tommy to submit to him and return to the forces of evil. This scene is impactful as it showcased Tommy's true fighting skills without the need to morph. The Go Green Ranger music that plays under this fight scene makes it all the more memorable. Anytime that tune plays, I'm in. Number 9, riding the DRAGONZORD. Now, this is technically not a moment, as it's more of a Tommy thing. He also rides the White Tiger Zord, because he's that much of a badass. But the DRAGONZORD is the best Zord ever. You can argue with me all you want, I'm not going to change my mind. Standing on top of it and riding it like a cowboy just has to make a top 10 list. Number 8, Tommy and Jason learning to get on. When Tommy was introduced to Power Rangers, he was introduced as a martial artist equal in skill to Jason. Someone that could really take on the mighty Red Ranger. Obviously, after a rocky start to their relationship, Zordon, the Ranger's mentor, would send Tommy and Jason on a journey to retrieve the powerful weapons from the carrier Zord, Titanus, in hopes that the two would learn to work together and set aside their differences. After this successful mission, the duo would work in tandem both as Rangers and as friends, even teaching a martial arts class together. Now before we get much further into this video and continue the top 10 greatest Green Ranger moments, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. This one I think you guys are going to enjoy. Wonder is an app that turns words into digital art. You can barely tell the results aren't produced by a human, it's insane. I'm particularly impressed by the realistic model. It produces some crazily good results. There are so many reasons why you might want to use this app. Maybe you're struggling for inspiration. Perhaps you just want to bring one of your ideas to life. For me, it's ideal as I can use it to bring my videos to life. In fact, I have a video that I have written about my dream season of Power Rangers, but as it's all original content, I've never been able to edit it. Now, with the help of Wonder, it's possible. Just check out some of the results I've had here. Now, if you fancy giving this a go yourself, you can actually get access to the premium version and try it out. The premium version includes over 20 art styles. It's much faster, there are no ads, and it has unlimited art. All you need to do is click the link in the description down below and download Wonder and get your free trial of the premium version to put your creativity to the test. Thanks to Wonder for sponsoring this video. Number 7, Tommy gets the girl. One thing that separated Tommy from other characters in the earlier seasons of Power Rangers was the fact that he had a real love interest with Kimberly. It of course had its ups and downs, but they even kissed on camera, which for a kids show like this in the 90s was kind of a big thing. It's just one of the many things that made Tommy unique. Also, every guy my age wished they were him back then, even more so in that moment. Number 6, the Master Morpher. Not many bad guys can go one-on-one against Tommy Oliver, so who better to put him against than himself? In the 25th anniversary episode of Power Rangers Dimensions in Danger, we saw Tommy return as almost all versions of his Ranger forms, leaving the best one until last. He used his Master Morpher to return to the Green Ranger powers, the only one strong enough to stop himself. Number 5, the Green Ranger versus the White Ranger. Now while the actual version of Tommy is technically the White Ranger in this section, it's not a Tommy video, it's a Green Ranger video, so as the Green Ranger is involved, this totally counts. The reason this scene makes the top 10 for me is mainly due to the choreography. It's debatably the best fight scene in all of MMPR. Don't believe me? Just go back and check it out, it's iconic. Number 4, Green once more. After Rita was so annoyed about Tommy escaping her control, she began burning a magical green candle that after it would be completely melted away, would sap Tommy of the Green Ranger powers and return them to her once again. Despite repeated attempts by the Rangers to stop it, Rita appears to be successful in her scheme. Zordon would only prove capable of stopping her by asking Tommy to transfer what little power he had left to Jason, as Rita's sapping spell would only affect Tommy. Later on, the Rangers would lose their power coins to Lord Zed, but Jason admitted that he still had the Green Ranger power coin. So Zordon would call Tommy back into service, supplying him with his own original power source so that Tommy could become the Green Ranger again. While Tommy knew his time as a Ranger wouldn't last forever, he always jumped into battle if it meant saving innocent lives. Number 3. Reuniting an army of Rangers. The Power Rangers Megaforce finale would have Tommy take on the role of a leader once more, recruiting all the Rangers from the past. Let's not forget it had been previously noted in Dino Thunder that Tommy had kept copious records of the Power Rangers throughout history, even after his time as a Ranger. With Tommy leading the charge, donning his Green Ranger colours again, he and his fellow Legacy Rangers would encourage the team as they battled to keep the Earth safe. This moment would bring tears to the eyes of many Power Ranger fans, which, I'll be honest, is even harder to watch now when we hear Tommy say,
"We'll always be with you."
Number 2. Tommy vs. Jason. Now the Tommy vs. Jason fight scene is without a doubt one of the most iconic scenes in the history of all of Power Rangers. It was what we were all waiting for throughout the entire original Green Ranger arc. It was the entire reason that Tommy was brought in, to oppose Jason. While you could argue that the fight itself was a little anticlimactic, quite short, it's still epic, and the fact that it's Tommy versus Jason, the two goats going head to head, means it takes the number 2 spot on this list. Number 1. The evil Green Ranger. There could only be one thing that sits on top of this list. Now, while not necessarily a particular moment, just the fact that the evil Green Ranger was able to bring the entire Ranger team to their knees on multiple occasions showed us just how truly badass this guy was. He looked unstoppable, and over a stretch of, I think it was 4 episodes, I remember being genuinely concerned that they weren't going to find a way out of this. Maybe he was going to turn the other Rangers evil as well. What if he kills them? Oh my god, the suspense was crazy. Not only was it the first seriously good story arc in Power Rangers, but it was the introduction of the first 6th Ranger, the first unique Ranger with his iconic shield, the Dragon Dagger, the Sword of Darkness, the DRAGONZORD. My god, I could talk about the Green Ranger all day, but you guys get my point. So while I've sort of cheated, the number 1 greatest Green Ranger moment of all time isn't really a moment, it's just green with evil. I'm sure you guys understand. Now, something I'm really excited to talk about, and while we're on the topic of this video, I have finally finished my Green Ranger costume, and of course Red Ranger costume. We will have our first live action video coming to you guys very soon. Be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on that one. We'll be having the rematch that everyone wants to see, Tommy versus Jason. Also, if you're into trading cards at all, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, Magic and others, we have some really great giveaways going on over at Blue Eyes TCGs, so be sure to go and subscribe to that channel and check out a few videos for giveaway info. Loads of stuff coming there very soon. That's it from me today, my friends. I hope you all have a fantastic day. May the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.